The space economy is heating up even more, thanks to the aptly named Firefly Aerospace, a space and defense technology company serving national security, government, and commercial customers. Their main selling points revolve around enabling responsive, regular, and reliable launch, transit, and operations in space for customers globally. Firefly has launched solutions like Alpha and Eclipse. Alpha is an operational launch vehicle that has completed 4 successful launches, including responsive space missions, and had more than 30 planned launches under contract by March 2025. In September 2023, Alpha set a new responsive launch record with the Victus Nox mission, with a turnaround time from notification to launch in approximately 24 hours. Alpha is also designed to support testing of hypersonic payloads, providing significant growth opportunities for hypersonic deterrence, reconnaissance, and future national security needs. Eclipse is a reusable and scaled-up version of Alpha, powered by 7 Miranda engines, each producing 230,000 pounds force of thrust. It's currently in final development in partnership with Northrop Grumman, expected to deliver 16,000 kilogram payloads to low Earth orbit and access other orbits, serving national security, commercial, and international launch markets at competitive pricing. Eclipse is slated to launch from Wallops Island, Virginia, as early as 2026, supporting space station resupply, commercial spacecraft, national security missions, and scientific payloads. The spacecraft solutions category encompasses the Blue Ghost lander and Elytra offerings. Blue Ghost is the only commercial vehicle to achieve a fully successful moon landing and the first U.S.-based lander to complete a lunar surface mission since NASA's Apollo 17 in 1972. Blue Ghost is expected to fly annual missions to the moon, with payload services customized to the technology and exploration goals of customers. The company has already secured contracts for future Blue Ghost missions, including Blue Ghost Mission 2, which is expected to land on the far side of the moon and conduct at least 10 days of lunar surface operations with the Blue Ghost lander and an Elytra dark spacecraft supporting as a communications relay. Elytra is a high-thrust spacecraft platform that creates new categories for space domain awareness, warfighting, long-range communications relays, on-orbit edge processing, and advanced space exploration. It's a highly complementary and compatible technology with Blue Ghost, sharing a common core and proven hardware and software. Elytra is contracted to perform a responsive on-orbit mission in support of the DoD's DIU Cyclone project, and will serve as a space maneuver vehicle to perform a series of on-orbit tasks, including space domain awareness. Firefly operates in a highly attractive and growing industry, with the global space economy projected to reach $1.8 trillion in value by 2035, driven by accelerating national security and commercial demand. The company has a strong track record of success, including being the first U.S. company to achieve orbit on its second attempt with Alpha, and setting a new responsive launch record for the U.S. Space Force with a turnaround time of approximately 24 hours. Firefly's state-of-the-art facilities support its launch and spacecraft product lines, with vertically integrated and streamlined research and development, iterative testing, and scalable manufacturing processes. The company has 4 launch sites, including Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, Virginia's Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport on Wallops Island, Esrange Space Center in Sweden, and Cape Canaveral SFS in Florida, which will enhance flexibility and responsiveness for its missions. Firefly's mission solutions provide full-cycle, dedicated, and responsive launch and spacecraft solutions, with common technologies, components, and know-how woven across their launch vehicles and spacecraft solutions. The company's launch vehicles employ a distinct combination of technologies designed to ensure high performance and efficiency at low cost, including a unique lightweight, rigid, and thermally insulated carbon composite technology and patented tap-off cycle engine technology. The small and medium launch market is a key area of focus for Firefly, with Alpha being the only provider of small-size launch that has achieved orbit and addresses a critical gap in the market in the 1,000 kilogram category. Eclipse, with its greater payload capacity and customizable 5-meter payload fairing, will serve commercial customers and is also expected to launch large, dedicated national security satellites or constellations of smaller national security satellites for the National Security Space Launch (NSSL) program. The global satellite market is projected to grow to over $600 billion in 2032 at an 8% compound annual growth rate from 2023, according to Allied Market Research. Small launch vehicles like Alpha offer dedicated launches, flexibility, and cost-effectiveness in delivering the majority of these payloads to specific orbits. Firefly's launch vehicles are well positioned to deploy hypersonic payloads, driven by their ability to accelerate these payloads to high velocities. Blue Ghost and Elytra address the spacecraft market, which was already $7 billion in 2024, according to Research and Markets. Firefly is one of the few providers of lunar lander services, with multiple planned launches under contracts and a multi-capability offering. The successful Blue Ghost mission proves the company's capability to execute on challenging milestones, and Firefly expects its significant competitive advantage to grow as it continues to execute on upcoming Blue Ghost missions. Firefly solutions also address critical space needs in applications, including in-space operations, data communications, and threat security capabilities. The company's expanding complementary products and services in the defense and space market enable it to capture additional verticals within this ecosystem going forward, which is expected to reach $9 billion in value by 2030, according to Research and Markets. The Space Force has been exploring dynamic space operations, which involves allowing satellites to move freely in and out of orbit. Given the ongoing global race to win in so-called satellite dogfighting, the Space Force is increasingly focused on ensuring space superiority by defending satellites with on-orbit solutions. Firefly's Elytra spacecraft solution is expected to become an essential part of the U.S. and allied nations' security posture as near-peer threats rise in space, and the U.S. government examines proactive orbital deterrence systems. Firefly Aerospace faces numerous challenges inherent to its industry. One major challenge is its focus on defense markets and concentration of primary contracts with governmental entities, which account for a meaningful portion of its revenue. This reliance on government contracts makes the company vulnerable to fluctuations in government spending and budget trends. The company may also pursue growth through acquisitions or investment opportunities, which could be costly, time-consuming, and challenging to integrate with its existing business. Furthermore, disruptions to the global economy, including market disruptions, monetary and fiscal policy uncertainty, supply chain challenges, high interest rates, and inflationary pressures, have contributed to an inflationary environment that has adversely affected the company's operations. Launch failures are another significant challenge for Firefly Aerospace. For instance, an anomaly occurred during an Alpha mission on April 29, 2025, which resulted in the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) requiring the company to conduct a mishap investigation. Any inability to operate Alpha at its anticipated launch rate could severely affect Firefly's business moving forward. Then, historically, Firefly has relied heavily on debt financing to support its operations and investments. This reliance on debt may continue in the future, potentially increasing the company's financial risk. Yet Firefly is still quite competitive because of its pioneering approach to space and defense technology mission solutions. The company's family of products and mission solutions provide it with the ability to serve the entire space domain and fuel its complementary technologies and comprehensive missions for national security, government, and commercial customers. Firefly's Alpha launch vehicle is the only orbit-ready U.S. rocket in the 1,000 kilograms payload vehicle class, and it has completed a record-breaking launch with an approximately 24-hour turnaround for the Victus Nox mission. This mission showcased the company's ability to deliver payloads to orbit on short notice, which is a critical capability for national security operations. In addition to its launch vehicles, Firefly offers launch platform-agnostic spacecraft solutions to address customers' various in-space mission requirements. The company's Blue Ghost lander has successfully landed and completed NASA missions on the Moon, setting the standard for landers. The multi-mission orbital vehicle Elytra is poised to serve numerous strategic and defense-related functions within orbit, including carrying payloads into and out of orbit, performing long-haul communications missions, fostering space domain awareness, and other responsive space capabilities. Firefly's launch and spacecraft services differentiate the company by providing a one-stop-shop solution for customers. The company's services work agnostically with partners and are additive to its own systems, allowing it to benefit from demand for its family of products. A reliability-first approach has been taken in building its launch vehicles, landers, and spacecraft. That's why the world's largest all-composite launch vehicle is its Alpha rocket, while propulsion systems represent another patented technology with highly efficient tap-off cycle engines. Firefly's purpose-built infrastructure creates high barriers to entry, with state-of-the-art facilities designed to design, produce, test, and manufacture its products to the highest standard at a regular cadence. The company's vertically integrated manufacturing process reduces reliance on outside suppliers and risk within its supply chain. Firefly has strong customer relationships and market-leading strategic partnerships with leading national security agencies and aerospace companies, including Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, L3 Harris, the Space Force, SDA, NRO, and NASA. These partnerships demonstrate the value and criticality of Firefly's new space, defense, and technology leadership in this market. The company's differentiated national security and defense technology capabilities position it for future growth. With its proven, extensive national security capabilities, Firefly is well positioned to benefit from increasing spending on national security, specifically in intelligence capabilities, and the DoD's enhanced strategy to meet the growing challenges of the space domain. Firefly's business model is backed by a robust backlog, resulting from its track record of success and reputation as a trusted provider for its customers. So it's no surprise it had approximately $1.1 billion in backlog even back in March 2025 in multi-launch agreements across its product lines. The contract structure and milestone-based billing provide a high level of visibility into its financial performance, with approximately 90% of the total contract value typically collected before launch. The ability to successfully execute on fixed-firm price contracts is a key differentiator, and it is well positioned to capitalize on the industry's shift towards this type of contract structure. As Firefly scales, it expects to replicate its proprietary manufacturing and testing processes, resulting in reduced cycle times and further capital efficiency. The company's established business model has set it up to capitalize on the growth of the industry and continue to win with customers based on its proven track record. Going forward, the growth strategy is centered around increasing its launch frequency to meet the growing demand for reliable space access. The robust backlog includes over 30 planned launches under contract. Firefly's ability to deliver critical payloads to orbit on short notice, as demonstrated through the Space Force's Victus Nox mission, positions it as a key player in the national security operations market. To meet the growing demand and accelerate production, Firefly has doubled its production facility size to approximately 200,000 square feet and expanded its processes to manufacture one Alpha launch vehicle per month. The company has also strategically secured space in Virginia, Florida, and Sweden for additional launch facilities, allowing it to increase global capacity and address customer needs. Firefly's growth strategy also involves scaling across mission solutions to enable profitable growth driven by common technologies. The company's Alpha, Eclipse, Blue Ghost, and Elytra products share common technologies, processes, team expertise, and production lines, enabling capital efficiency and first-time quality across products. With each launch, Firefly expects its cost structure and unit economics to meaningfully improve, driven by increased launch cadence, fixed cost amortization, and operating efficiencies. The Elytra spacecraft is designed to support rapid, end-to-end demonstration missions, especially for military satellites. Elytra has been selected to support the DoD's DIU Ascencore project and Firefly expects to generate revenue from Elytra's contracts. Additionally, Firefly is exploring opportunities to deploy its in-space heritage for advanced operations and services, including providing long-haul communications, radio frequency calibration services, and deploying government payloads on demand. Firefly may also seek value-added acquisitions complementary to its existing offerings to strengthen its internal capabilities and accelerate development. The company intends to take a disciplined approach to future acquisitions, focusing on scaling and increasing launch cadence to achieve profitable growth while serving customers' critical missions. Firefly is currently evaluating acquisition opportunities and expects to continue to do so in the future, with a view towards potentially accelerating its objectives. For more on Firefly Aerospace and other companies, follow Ascencore. See you next time.